Okay, welcome. I'm Mariah Brown. This is Michael Brown.
Howdy, howdy.
It's Friday morning. We're having the greatest day so far of our lives. And, we're qualified national marketing directors on the path to NMD, and this is our team call. We do it every Friday morning. And we are lucky enough to be graced with Miss Julie G from New Jersey and her team. Thanks for joining us, you guys. And as we've been collaborating, we keep talking about, how do we talk to people? How does the conversation start? How do we help people feel open to the idea of learning more, and then what? And so that's what this call is going to be about today. So number one, our job is to be passionately curious. I should mute everybody. Good point. Everybody's muted. So what does passionately curious look like? We have to have a genuine interest in learning about people, learning what it is that they need in their life, what it is that makes them tick, what is fulfilling in their day, and also what are they looking for more of. And to approach our lives, whether it's with friends, it's with family, it's on Facebook, it's waiting in the grocery store, it's at the park playing with our kids, so many different variations. For Michael, you're here in Oregon, we don't pump our own gas. It's crazy how he strikes up conversation anytime someone's pumping his gas in the car. But so we start out being passionately curious. And here is the thing. In my mind, I'm thinking, what is it that someone needs? And I categorize it in 4 different areas. It's health, it's wealth, it's community, and it's self. So as I'm listening to someone share and I'm asking questions back that are open-ended questions, what is it that someone is looking for in their life? Is their story a story of wanting a different health journey? They're always sick. They have aches and pains. They're tired. Whatever that might be. Okay, that is telling me they might need more plant powders. They might need the transformation program of detoxification and rejuvenation called the Shred 10 or the T120. So health. Wealth. Maybe what they're saying is, oh my goodness, I would do anything to pay for a tutor. I really want my child to learn Chinese. And that's just coming up because I see someone on the call that was part of her story. And an extra $500 a month would make a difference for me as a parent. Or my car broke down and I can't afford another car. Okay, what would a car payment be? And as they're sharing that with you in the midst of you being passionately curious, you're thinking, right, what they're looking for is a shift in their financial livelihood. Maybe they're looking because they want to be able to earn an income without having to clock in and clock out. Well, guess what? We have a vehicle through the Juice Plus franchise to address that. And it's never about us saying, I want you to join my team, or I want you to do what serves me. No, we are always focused on what is it that's going to serve them. What are they looking for in their lives? So they have, maybe it's health, maybe it's wealth, maybe it's community. There's a lot of people out there that feel a sense of loneliness. Facebook kind of gives us a sense of connection, but it doesn't give us that real belly-to-belly, heartfelt place. And so we have this community here just on this call. Look at these faces. We are a community of people that are mission-driven. We're up to something in our lives, and we're also wanting to have a different reality of how we dream. And you know what? Where else can we go where we're supported unconditionally by like-minded community that likely believe in us more than we believe in ourselves? And we're up to something and we're positive. We have that future vision. We have that the belief in whether it's affirmations, prayer, whatever makes you tick. People need that. So maybe as you're talking to people, they're sharing just wishing to have a community. I'm a mom. I love being surrounded by other moms that can relate to what I'm doing, and we can lock arms together. So we have health, we have wealth, we have community, and the last piece is self. I'm sure hopefully everybody on this call has heard that this franchise is a personal development program cleverly disguised as a franchise. We, in the process of being involved in this, probably the biggest thing that we glean from it is who we become as an individual. Hopefully we grow. Hopefully we change the choices of what we're putting in our mouth. We change the choices of the things that we're drinking, the way in which we approach our sleep, but also how we exist in the world, how we exist as leaders, how we approach unseen difficulty. One of the biggest quotes that came to me from this last Phoenix conference was, just outside our comfort zone and surrounded by a community of people is where magic happens. And so we allow this magic to transform in the midst of this franchise. So we become passionately curious. We find out about what people are looking for. And then we say, remember, I have no idea if this would be for you, but I've found a way to address this XYZ thing that we're hearing somebody say that they're looking for in their life. Would you be open to learning more? And if they say yes, or when they say yes, we shut our mouth and we figure out the best way that they like to learn. Are they open to watching a video? Are they open to a connection call with someone else, or upline, or sidelines, whatever it may be?
I'd say an exploration call or a consultation call,
right,
or even so far as to say an interview. Yeah.
So the main focus of today's call is, we've been passionately curious. We find out what it is that they're looking for. Yes, they're open to learning more. They've watched a video. They've had that exploration call. Now what? And so this is the big key, is how do we take care of them? How do we shine on them? And when and how do we use the right verbiage to empower them to make the commitment to say, yes, I'm ready for a Shred 10 program. Yes, I'm ready to make that step to do transformation. Or, yes, I'm ready to try the plant powders and I will swallow them every day. Or, yes, I really think I would like to share this with others and I would like to transform my financial livelihood. So how do we have those conversations with people to bring them into the energy of saying yes and committing to that?
So really what she's saying is, what happens after they say, I do?
Right. Now what? Dun, 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 dun. So anything you want to say before we call on a few people?
I just think in summary, what we do is, we've heard Nikki Cotton say multiple times, we use our solution ears, but really what we do is we help to fill the gaps in people's lives. And we do that through the 4 doorways. Yeah. And the tools that we have, the verbiage that we have, it's all with the understanding that our energy comes from, I love you, I care about you, I have a gift. Are you willing to open that gift and explore for yourself the change that has been instrumental in my life?
Right. But not because it makes a difference for me, because it makes a difference for you. Remember,
and that's the gift.
That's the gift.
Yeah.
Because we've found out what is lacking in their world. So we have a few people on our team that are a bomber at this. Let's start with Miss Theresa. Theresa, in just a couple minutes, you are amazing at staying customer qualified. Where did she go? She was on. Okay. Her phone must have moved and grooved. So let's move on to Miss Missy. You don't have your video on. Can you turn your video on with kids in the background?
Yeah.
There, I see you. Are you in a space to be able to share?
Sure.
Okay, so you're already customer qualified this month. You're bomber at it, especially in the world of social media. So what are your secrets? How do you use your language? What are the things that you say and you don't say? And how do you help people move to that point of saying, yes, I'm now going to be committed to doing this, and then doing it on a daily basis?
So for me, being really consistent is number one. Moving, I don't know if any of you are using Teamsy, but using Teamsy to keep track of what I'm doing and who I'm talking to is kind of crucial for me, because as you can hear in the background, I'm a mama, and staying focused can sometimes be really hard. And so having that kind of virtual personal assistant has been a game changer for me. Also, when I'm posting on social media, creating curiosity, but not really saying exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to try to put my phone down here well, maybe not. Maybe he's okay. And then I think, customer care is huge. So I'm going to nurse this baby who's crying. Multitasking. Really asking questions and knowing what people are looking for and what people are looking to change in their health and in their lives. And Mariah, you and Michael have been the best teachers of this, to really lead with the heart in conversations and lead with questions and asking questions so that they then almost come to the conclusion themselves that this is something that they need in terms of either a health change or a lifestyle change, or you know, maybe they want to create a new reality in their lives, a new wealth reality, or a new economic status for themselves. that this is a vehicle that's a possibility.
Can you give an example of a specific question you might, let's say someone says they really are looking for a health change, and you're thinking that a T120 would be a perfect fit for them. What is an example of something you would ask?
I would ask, so for instance, I was talking to a woman who I met on Instagram, so I didn't know her at all. And she said, yes, I'm interested. I said, okay, let's have a phone call. And I just started out with, you know, I know you're a mom and you have 2 little kids. How do you feel every day? How do you feel? And she said, I feel emotionally unstable. I feel exhausted. And so we went from there. And then I got to say, okay, what does that look like for you? And she said, I'm not waking up excited. I feel like I'm, you know, something inside of me needs more support. So then we were able to move to the conversation of what this program is in terms of nutritional support for her. And it just made sense to her.
And then what about actually the verbiage of asking for a credit card? So to actually move to that point of, yes, they're ready. We know the need. Yes, they're ready. Now what?
So, you know, that part has been really easy for me. It's like, once they see the value and they go, yeah, I want to do this. I want these plant powders in my body. I want change. I just get straight to the point and I say, okay, awesome. I'm really excited for you to start shredding with me in July. Let's get you started. And I usually start off with, what's your address? What's your email? I already have your phone number. And all I need now is a credit card. And they go, okay, let me get that. I mean, it's, if you don't make a big deal about it, they don't make a big deal about it. If I stop and pause or hem and haw or say, oh, well, let's talk about let's talk about the price. I just say, this is the price. It's probably, you know, if you're drinking coffee or you're drinking wine, you're going to actually save money. It breaks down to, depending on their package, you know, it breaks down to $8 a day. Isn't that a great deal? It's $4 a meal. That's $4 for a meal or a snack, and it's healthy. You know, so once you let them see the value, again, it's all about value and really painting a picture so they see what the value is. Awesome. And then the credit card info, that's just easy.
And one of the things I want to highlight that you said, is Michael and I feel the same way, is when they're in the energy of yes.
Yeah.
In that energy of saying, yes, I get it. Just like there's a reason when you're in a grocery store, they have all the little last minute things that you can buy when you're in the checkout line. It's like when you're in that energy of, yes, I need that, you're going to get it. Whereas if you leave and think, well, let me think about it, am I going to be able to afford it? The likelihood of coming back and actually putting the effort into buying it. So when they're in that energy of yes, we just start with their address. That's easy. It's simple.
Right.
So we're keeping.
And I do the same thing in text. I do a lot in text and a lot in Messenger, because a lot of the times it's people that I don't actually know in person and they're more comfortable doing it in text. Yeah. And so I just do the same thing. Awesome. You're ready to get started. What's your address? And then when I get to the credit card, a lot of times I'll say, you know, it's really easy. Just snap a picture of the front of your card. When I'm done placing the order, I delete that image. And so they feel safe. I'm not going to, and it's just easy. It's
awesome. Thank you so much, Missy.
I think, the only piece I'm going to add on top of that, and that was really beautiful and simple, and I didn't hear any anxiety in your voice. It just flowed totally effortlessly. And that's really what we want, because when we're asking for their payment information.
Michael, you're muted.
Oops, that was my bad.
When we're asking for their payment information, what we're asking for is an agreement for an energetic exchange. We are going to continue to support them on their journey. In turn, they're going to trust us to be able to help them receive the exact program that they need to fill in that gap that we've identified.
And how awesome if somebody goes and buys something at GNC or whatever place, whatever grocery store, they walk out and now they have these things that they don't know how to take, when to take, what to do. There's no one to ask a question. Whereas with us, like Michael said, we're starting a relationship, and now they're going to have us as a relationship person, a resource to ask their questions, help them see what is actually changing in their lives when they maybe wouldn't notice it otherwise. So we have a few other people, so I want to move on. Thank you so much, Missy. Miss Denise, She is our master of the T120, which we'll go into more details. For those of you that aren't really clear on what a T120 is, we'll make sure to touch on that. But Miss Denise, what is your secret?
Good morning. Well, I just believe in the shred so very much. The trio is awesome. The quad is awesome. But for me, for myself, saw the greatest health return quickly from the shred. And it's where I start with everybody. I think that when people are really committed to making a change in their health and they've decided that that's what they want to do, they want to see results, and you just see results with this. And so I share that with them. For me personally, and I tell everybody, the experience is always different in everybody's body. But for me, I lost in my first shred an inch off my hips, my waist, and my midline. By my third shred, my pictures that you can see, my before and after pictures, I don't even look like I have the same body. And that's remarkable. And then all the pain in my hands and feet went away. So I tell my story, and I'm super jazzed about my story. Like, I have tried so many things. And when I did this, it was so simple. Cutting sugar out was so simple. It's just, people feel it. They feel my energy, and then they want to do the same thing. And so I tell them my story. I say, are you looking to make some changes in your health? And of course, everybody says yes. I don't know anybody who is not looking to make changes in their health. So I ask that question, and then I start asking some other questions. So in our, I meant to have it in front of me, I think it's on the Freedom Revolution. I can post it for everybody later, but there's the customer information sheet, and it's specifically about questions for the shred. There's 3 simple questions, and I just go down that and I ask people. I think the first one is, what are the 3 health goals that you want to achieve? And once they start laying those out and thinking about them and saying them out loud, then we just start talking about what the program is about, how simple it is to maintain, and do they have any questions? And are they ready to get started? And that's what I'm doing.
And is it ever uncomfortable for you actually saying, I've heard somebody say, is there anything else that you need to know at this point to get started? Or all I need now is your address, phone number, and credit card. Do you have any hangups around getting credit card information, or is there anything that you could help others understand? Do you ever have any hiccups there, or is it just totally easy?
You always have hiccups, because the thing is that people have to understand the value of what they're getting. And one of the things that I found is that sometimes in text, it is difficult to portray the value of what all is happening for them for the amount of money that they're going to be paying. So I break it down into what it costs daily. I try to get on the phone with people or do something face-to-face if they're really struggling with understanding the value. And recently, I also have found I'll post it. There's a picture of the 3 shred option packages. And one of the things I read is that it would be easier for people to see in front of their face what they're getting. So when you're explaining via text, you get the trio or you get the, omegas. They can't see that. It's kind of like you were saying that, shopping cart, when you're walking out with your shopping cart, if you see the things in front of you, you're like, oh, I get all these capsules with all these fruits and vegetables. Oh, now I get it. Oh, this shakes. Oh, look at the bags of shakes. Oh, I get that. So I'm starting to incorporate that into the text messages that I'm sending, the picture, the actual image, so that people can see it. And then it's a lot easier to explain. You're not having to go through a lot of wording of, okay, and the trio is this, and this, and this. You can just show the picture and say, here's option number 1. And then Carrie Davis gave me some great advice a couple weeks ago. She and I were talking about it. And she said, I start with what I do, which is what I do also, but she had really good verbiage. She's like, I tell them, this is what I've done for, my year of shredding. I do this package. and this is what it is, and this is what I do. So are you, is that the commitment that you want to make, or the investment that you want to make in your health? Right. And if they're like hemming and hawing, then I say, well, there's only, Carrie says, well, there's only 2 other options. Your other option is this, or your other option is this. So you're giving them the 3 package options. They can have 1 shake a day, they can have 2 shakes a day, or they can have 2 shakes a day for 4 months. Awesome. I also make everybody commit to 4 months.
Yep, absolutely. And we're going to talk more about that. I'm glad there's 2 things that I heard you say. Number 1 is we have to be doing it ourselves. If we're asking others to, the T120 is it's a non-negotiable. We do 2 shakes a day. We take our Quattro every day. It's what we do. And that way we're able to say to others, here's what my experience is. And with authenticity, able to share that. I wanted to really quick do a share screen because you had brought this up. This is the profile sheet that Denise was bringing up. If you go to missiondrivenmodel.info, create the best customer experience, and then customer profile, this is what she was referring to. And here are the questions. So you might want to peruse that. And then we're going to move on just because I want to honor everybody's time and stop share. Where did the stop share button go? No, it has to be back to the stop share. Come on, friends. Where are you? There we are. There. Not that. There. Okay. Thank you, Denise. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We have 2 more people and we have 7 minutes. So, Miss Theresa, you're on. Can you be laser sharp? What is your secret? And then Miss Julie G, she gets to help us learn from AJ. I'm so excited. So, Theresa, are you there?
Yes. Thank you for asking me to do this, Mariah, because it's helped me hone in exactly what I've done up to date and what I need to do in the future. And also, I don't know if this is an appropriate place to put this, but Denise, you look amazing. Huge, huge different. You look like another person. Not that you were bad before, but you're just absolutely beautiful. With my experience, it's been real simple. When I am on my self-care game and I am doing what I am supposed to be doing, which is my Quattro every day, and I've been doing 1 shake. I'm stepping up my game. People just come. I've never had to negotiate. I am going to be changing things, but people are falling over themselves to lend me their ears and their eyes. They want to know what I've done. They want to know why I'm different, how I'm happy. And I want to say half of the people that are my customers now, what they've told me is, I want what you have. Just tell me what it is. I'm getting it. So it's been pretty easy up to now. When I have not been organized with my schedule, my game, things have turned upside down in my world, and that reflects in my ability to keep on my self-care program, which also reflects in my customers. Yeah.
Okay.
My ability to attract.
Thank you. It's a good reminder. And even if maybe we're not having externally profound experiences, if we are doing the do every day, some know the terminology, staying in the room, reading our affirmations, taking our capsules, doing our shakes, living the life on a daily basis, it's about energy. And the energy is going to be felt. Even if you're not losing weight and looking amazing and feel amazing, maybe it's happening in different ways. But when your energy transforms, people feel that. So thank you for that reminder.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Julie, we are so excited to have you join us. We all love you dearly. And I am super interested to hear, more specifics about, specifically, I don't know, for those of you guys that were on the Heat Team call this last Tuesday and AJ shared, holy macaroni. And so Julie and I were talking about that, and we thought that was so valuable to make sure that we impart that information. How do we share pricing? How do we really start with the T120 and exude that energy of confidence? And remember, it's one thing for someone to say, yes, I'm interested, and watch the video, and yes, they're excited about what it is that they're seeing in us and what we're doing. But what is that next step? How do we really exude the right energy and use the right verbiage to help people make the commitment? So Julie, I'm going to hand it over to you for a bit.
Well, thank you, the Browns, for having me on this call. I'm so excited, and I'm going to really talk fast because I know that we don't really have that much time. But it's a pleasure for me. And AJ is a dear friend of mine. I got to meet her in the Brave Leaders program. But okay, so how do we bring up T120? And one of the things that I love that AJ said is if you present the minimum, they will do the minimum. She started with the duo because that's what she was sold, the duo. Someone presented that duo to her, and so that's what she bought, and that's what she bought into. Can you hear me? Yes, okay, perfect. Okay, so what I love too is that energy exchange and staying rock solid. I listened to every single person on this call, and over again, what were we saying? Belief, story, questions. Belief, story, questions. You know, visual, bringing that visual in. If your belief is not rock solid, you need to be doing a T120, period. You need to be on the quad. If you're not on the quad, you need to be doing a shake every day. If you're not doing a shake every day, 2, if you want to have that energy transfer to someone else, how can they buy into you if you are not walking the walk yourself? And it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be completely authentic. Like, this is what I do. And one of the terms that I use in my team is a join up. So I don't know if you've ever seen wild horses being trained, but one of the things that the breaker always does is he stays steadfast in his belief, and he waits for that horse to come around. He doesn't change what he's doing. He stays steadfast on his belief and keeps doing the same thing. So the answer is always the same, so that eventually that horse comes to him because the energy is just undeniable. But let's talk about shred, and let's talk about that energy transfer, how we're going to have people feel what we are, who we are, because that's really what they want. They're buying us, right? So first of all, if you present the minimum, they will buy the minimum. So start with the biggest package, which is our T120. And what I love that AJ said too is, you know, how much do you think it would cost to purchase, you know, 1 organic apple a day or 1 organic orange a day? And that's actually what my sponsor did to me. They gave me $2.38. They sent me to the grocery store and they said, how much produce can you buy? And I bought 1 apple, 1 orange, and spent over $3, and neither were organic. Which right there, I'm a visual person, so I got the value. Oh my goodness, it's a no-brainer for me. Of course, I'm going to be taking these capsules for the rest of my life. But you're leading them to their own answer. So we're asking them those questions. Again, going back to the questions, we already have the belief. So have them say, okay, well, an apple and an orange, organic, probably, you know, $3. And then she said, you know, and we need greens too, right? And that person will normally say, like, yes, we do. And how much do you think a tub of spinach would cost? You know, AJ said $3. Around here, it's about $5. So we're already over that even that trio price. But she moved them to a decision by painting the story. Remember, facts tell, stories sell. So she is moving them by painting that visual of an apple, an orange, greens. And oh my goodness, do you see how you're going to get the benefit of not just 2 or 3 fruits and vegetables, but 30 different ones, and plant oils, and the benefit of those 15 plants in each of our complete shakes. So you get the benefit of over 50 plants just by participating in this program. And depending on the questions that we have asked them before about what they want, right? So if it's a big health journey, what's the fastest way to get someone there? By flooding their body with as many plants as possible. So it's going back to them and saying, I've heard you. I've heard what you want. You want, you know, more energy. You want to change the way you look and feel. Those are 2 very important buzzwords, look and feel. People are very, they will go through brick walls to change how they look and feel many times. So if you can concentrate on that visual aspect of you're telling me that this is a pain in your life, the way that you look and feel, and then moving them towards that decision of, you know, joining you on that T120 journey. But you have to show your excitement first. The price of this package is my favorite part, and here's why. And that's that energy exchange, because they're going to feel your passion. So giving them that example and then letting them know, you know, we need 9 to 13 servings a day. And this is a way that you can meet that and start putting money in that nutritional bank every single day, regardless of what you're doing. This is what I do. So you're telling them what you do, excuse me. So if you are doing a T120 or whatnot, you can tell someone, this is what I'm doing already. You know, is this a fit for you? and then working backwards, like Michael and Mariah were talking about. If that first package isn't the right package, I mean, $7 a day, you're getting 2 meals. You're also getting, you know, your omegas, you're getting your 30 different fruits and vegetables. As a mom myself, my favorite thing about the Shred is that I don't have to cook 2 meals. That it's a blender and I rinse it and I'm like, bam, I'm done. Shred is so much easier for me because, and paint that vision for busy people. It's a no-brainer. You don't think about it. You do your 2 shakes, you pack your 1 snack. All you really have to think about is dinner. Is that something that's appealing for you? You know, do you not like to cook? But what the beautiful thing about this program is, and I heard Lacey Daunt, and if you guys don't know who she is a 24-year-old that's going to make NMD in Tampa, and in under a year. And she just says, what I love too is she said, and the Shred comes for free. You get this program for free. You join me, we do this together, and you're gonna get it all right here. It's not something that you have to buy additionally. It's all gonna come. We're gonna do this together because people need community, right? And lead them to that decision that you purchased these products and you get something that is a rejuvenation cleanse every single month that you're doing with a community of people who have already seen these benefits. You know, is that something that sounds good to you? Get them to say yes. I think that is one of the major and most important things, getting them to, you know, agree with you and say yes.
So true.
I know my time is coming to an end, but painting that picture, if there's anything that you can practice, whether it's in the Voxer section, the note section on your Voxer, get really good at painting that picture, that 1 minute visual of this is what you're getting, and leading them to that, you know, the apple, the orange, the greens, moving them towards what they want, whether it's health, wealth, community, or self. That's what you're moving them towards.
Absolutely.
All right.
Gosh, 50 plants. Who doesn't need extra 50 plants? 2 meals. It's a no-brainer. Okay.
I didn't even mention Children's Health or the Family Health Start program. So it's like, you know, you can get healthy and your kid can get healthy. So if they can't make the decision for themselves, it's being a good example, because guess what? Health is a family value. Right. And that's another thing that I hit home with moms. They will not do what you're not doing. So let's start today, Mom.
We are 3 minutes over, so I'm just going to have Michael close this out. We have a visual. Let me do slideshow from current slide. I want you to see this visual. Can everybody see this? Obviously, you're muted. Okay, so here's the visual, and it's Michael.
Okay, so when somebody tells me, I use the out of 10 scale. So on a scale of 0 to 10, how hungry are you for change, bridging the nutritional gap, wanting to make a difference in your life, et cetera, et cetera. When they say a 10 out of 10, I say, okay, this is what we're going to do. So basically what you can see here is,
let me get a cursor.
Oh, they don't. Oh, what you can see here is the picture of the 4 bottles. That's the Quattro, right? So when you're ordering it, you're going to order the trio plus the omegas. And then when they're doing the T120, because it's 2 shakes a day for a total of 120 days, you're going to want to make sure that they order 4 orders of the complete protein powder. Okay, so this is what they're looking at. After you collect all their information, you kind of break down. But what I do is I break down what the price is going to be. You're looking at, for the entire Shred package, for the entire 120 days, 4-month commitment, 10 out of 10, we're going to help you address your goals. You're looking at under $8 a day, a little over $7.50. You can see that right there. But then check this out. So for those who are, for those who have a financial hiccup and are, maybe like, ooh, that seems like a bit much, we can then bring up the family plan. Be like, look, just like a Costco membership, we can help you get a little kickback just for, just for signing up, for a yearly membership or a yearly subscription. And so when somebody says, well, gosh, what would that look like? Well, you go ahead and we help you get started with the T120. We set up your goals. We connect you with the community. And by the 10th of the next month, you're going to receive $123 back in your bank account, which is obviously going to help you pay for this. Now, like, how freaking cool is that? Simple. Keep it super simple. Keep it light. Keep it fun. Not only, who can't benefit from more fruit and veg? Who can't benefit from an extra $123? Simple as 1, 2, 3, 123.
123. And remember, just like Julie G said, I love, and if you guys want to watch the recording of AJ's call, it's for those of you on our team, just go to the Heat Team YouTube. It's the most recent recording. Julie also has a copy of it. For Julie, you can pass it on to any of your team. I loved it. She said, you got to go into it with the energy of confidence. This is what I love best. Holy macaroni. For a 4-month program of real transformation, of almost 50 plants in your body every day, including 2 meals. And oh, by the way, a kid gets it for free, less than $8. And oh, by the way, you get the Facebook support, you get the recipe books, you get the guidebook. I mean, come on.
An exercise program, you get, educational videos, etc.
And when they're in the energy of less, yes, you keep it light. And
so this is what I'm going to do to close. Missy talked about keeping it effortless, drama-free asking, keep it super simple. Denise talked about stay in the energy of belief in this program and with the backing from the company. Embody FOMO. Be so freaking hot that people are saying, I want what you have. Theresa talked about, again, simplifying it. You've got to live it. Be a freaking magnet. Create FOMO to the max. And we do that by making sure our cup is filled with self-care. And then Julie G, keep it real. Feel the real energy and help people paint the vision for people. So whether they're talking about whatever their goals are, help them paint that vision. And I love what you said about, kind of recapping, I know AJ talked about it as well, is when you're talking about the finances, this is what it costs per day. What realistically could you purchase with that money? And look at the comparison. Look at what you're getting. We're comparing, 2 or 3 items of produce to 55 plant powders and a powerful package. That's a lot of peas.
And you take it back to their why. Why is that significant? I heard you say that you're looking for a change in your health. I heard you say you're looking for a change in your financial livelihood. You have to do the do if you're going to share this with others. I heard you say you're lacking or you're wanting change in your community. Well, guess what? As you do this program, you're going to be surrounded by a community of positive, like-minded people that are supporting you along your way. You're looking to grow within yourself. Well, guess what? It starts with what we put in our mouth, the decisions that we make. And when we're shredding, we're also shredding the thought patterns that no longer serve us. So with that, we've gone way over. Thank you for your time. I acknowledge we all live productive lives. I'm grateful that you shared these 40 minutes of your productive life with us. I'm going to stop the recording.